Here in our third video, we are going to be talking about the different types of book that Leo Lionni uses to actually challenge knowledge and what is knowledge. So in the classroom, what we are going to be doing is first we'll go ahead and look at two different books, and we will discuss how Leo Lionni uses these books to challenge knowledge, and after that, we will decide what we are going to do with that. So let's just take a look at the books first. So the first book here is Fish is Fish by Leo Lionni. So we're going to turn to our first page. And it says, one morning the tadpole discovered that during the night he had grown 2 legs. Look, he said triumphantly. Look, I am a frog. Nonsense, said the minnow. How could you be a frog if only last night you were a little fish just like me? So the characters here are actually having a little bit of a discussion on knowledge and how we form knowledge. So we could even bring this back to the different adolescent growth periods here and how they see each other differently depending on the age bracket and the connections they've made between things. So in this example here, the minnow thinks that the frog is still a fish because he was previously something like him the day before. So in this example, we see that the younger character in the story is actually the one that has that limited knowledge, whereas the older character, which is the frog, he's able to embrace his new changes in his physical stature. So, and then here is a page later on in the book. Cows, said the frog, cows, they have 4 legs, horns, eat grass, and carry pink bags of milk. So even in this example, we're seeing that the fish is only able to see from the eye, so he can only see things from his perspective. That's why the cow in this example actually looks sort of like him. It's a fish, and he just added the different details that the frog told him about. So even though the original picture is something totally different, here we see that the frog and the minnow once again have different points of view here. So here even the people in the story look like fish, and just proves that point once again. Okay, so here in our second story, An Extraordinary Egg by Leo Lionni, we see knowledge being challenged again. In the case here, there's a chicken egg, which is not technically a chicken egg, but it's a different egg. But the characters here are convinced that since it is an egg, it must be a chicken egg because that's the only kind of egg they know. So once again, they're using their limited knowledge here to describe something, and they're not able to see outside themselves. So even here, when it's an alligator, they say, a chicken, they all shouted. And so obviously they don't know the characteristics of a chicken, they just know what an egg is. And even at the end, after they meet the alligator's mother, and they all laugh because they said she called her my sweet little alligator. So they're all laughing here because they don't understand that alligator is the actual name of the animal. They just understand that it's a funny thing that she calls the chicken an alligator. So in these examples here, it just shows us a little bit about how knowledge is formed and even how children begin to form knowledge. So I think in general, the children will find this book very humorous. It's something that they go through in their lives daily as they try to assimilate what they know with what they don't know. And even adults, we do this as well. It's just the same kind of thing. So what we would do after this discussion here is we would have students just get together in small groups of 3 to 5, and we would have students draw something described by the other student. So one student would say, it's pink and it has like green legs and, it's tall. And the other student would draw it out, and then after about a minute or two, they would turn around and show each other what they drew. And the student who was explaining the drawing would explain what the real item or animal or word is, and they would then discuss how it is the same or different and the challenges that they had with that. So that just is going to be the end of our third lesson, and we will see you soon. Thank you.